Yellowstone volcano shock eruption can take 5 billion lives in fiery fallout, warns geologist. Yellowstone volcano threatens to kill more than 5 billion people and plunge the world into a nuclear winter the next time it erupts, a geologist has gravely warned. Yellowstone volcano in the northwest U.S. is among the biggest potential cataclysms waiting to be unleashed. Located among the picturesque mountains and valleys of Yellowstone National Park, the supervolcano is active and under constant surveillance. Yellowstone volcano was believed to have last erupted 640,000, 1.3 million and 2.1 million years ago. And should another caldera-forming eruption go off in the near future, a geologist from the University of Silesia in Katowice, Poland, fears the lethal consequences will be felt across the globe. Dr. Jerzy Sobow from the university's Department of Fundamental Geology told WP.pl Yellowstone has the power to trigger a devastating climate change. He said, "I predict an eruption similar to the one from 640,000 years ago would destroy most of the United States territories. The erupted materials would cover everything within a 500 kilometers, 310 miles, radius with a meter-thick layer. And due to the emission of dust, gases or sulfur monoxides into the atmosphere, we would witness a cooling of the climate. The sulfur monoxide would create a thin veil of sulfuric acid around the planet, reflecting sunlight. It would stay up for many years. I estimate, due to the effects of climate change, around 5 billion people would die from hunger." If Yellowstone erupts, the expert said the only reasonable thing to do is to flee the North American continent. And unfortunately, Dr. Sobow warned nothing can be done to prevent a future eruption of the supervolcano. He said, "The only thing that can be done is the evacuation of people." However, if we're talking about the whole nation, a pretty big one by the way, then it would have to happen onto another continent. These are forces on which people have no influence and have to observe with incredible humility. With that in mind, the geologist said there is no reasonable way to predict when the supervolcano, or any other supervolcano, will erupt. Dr. Sobow said there have been a total of 42 supervolcano eruptions over the last 36 million years, with one going off on average less than once every 1 million years. He said, "This is not a frequent process for us, but from the Earth's perspective, yes. And it can very much happen." Yellowstone volcano was monitored every day by the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, YVO, branch of the U.S. Geological Survey, USGS. The scientists keep track of ground uplift and seismic activity within the Yellowstone caldera, though numerous monitoring stations. Quick facts about Yellowstone volcano. 1. Since Yellowstone last erupted around 640,000 years ago, geologists have found evidence of 18 non-explosive eruptions. 2. Although there is no discernible pattern to Yellowstone's eruptions, the last 3 blasts 600,000 to 800,000 years apart. 3. The University of Utah plays an active role in monitoring earthquakes and other seismic activity at Yellowstone. 4. Typically, more than 1,000 earthquakes strike Yellowstone National Park every single year. 5. The next major eruption at Yellowstone will most likely be a hydrothermal blaster and not a volcanic one. 6. Yellowstone's eruption 640,000 years ago is known today as the Lava Creek eruption. It created the Lava Creek Tuff. 7. If Yellowstone were to erupt today, scientists estimate the volcano would spew enough arc into the atmosphere to plunge temperatures around the globe. 8. There are more than 10,000 hot springs and hundreds of geysers spread throughout Yellowstone National Park. 9. Yellowstone volcano's eruption 2.1 million years ago created the Huckleberry Ridge Tuff and Island Park Alder, and is known as the Huckleberry Ridge eruption. 10. Yellowstone's eruption 1.3 million years ago is dubbed the Mesa Falls eruption and created the Mesa Falls Tuff and Henry's Fork caldera.